Hello. Welcome to another segment of the Leadership Summit. This is called Seeking the Path. And sometimes I call it All Share, No Sell. Not because we're not telling you about our stuff, but because we're not pushing you to buy anything. It's all about giving you information. Part of giving you information is telling you what I have to offer. So I wrote a book called The Seven Senses of Leadership, and I think you should get it, but you don't got it to hear all these great leaders talk to you. All right, today's guest is really awesome. I have a degree. You may not know this, but I have a degree in mainframe computers. I use computers to analyze brainwave activity and invite brains to change, and I'm totally technophobic. So, believe it or not, as a matter of fact, when I got my mainframe computer degree, I only had one class that had PCs. At that time, that was like a brand new thing. And I ran out of the room because the computer acted too quickly for me. It was very intimidating. So it gives you a sense of how far I've had to come. And this woman that I'm going to introduce you to, if leaders can be defined as somebody that is able to take information that needs to be shared and share it in a global way at hyper speed and do it with generosity, then that's the lady you're going to meet today. She's fantastic. And I took her course, and it was several years ago. And again, I told you I'm technophobic. This is my first video interviewing series because that's how much it took for me to finally go, actually, I bet you it was easy. And I made all that up. That was all resistance. So guess what? It's easy. And I made all that up. It was all resistance. But without a leader like Ann DeVere, I wouldn't know that. So many of the leaders that I've talked to are all about motivation. They're all about inspiration, and that's important. But sometimes you just need some knowledge and information, some how-to, some what do I do? And Ann DeVere is the perfect woman for the how-to. What do I do if you want to be a leader in today's world with all this technology? You need to be on video. You need to be out there. She's perfect. She runs the GVN TV, and here she is. Hello, Ann DeVere. Lovely to have you here.
Hello, Lynette. I am thrilled to be here. So this is fun. This is really good. I love what you're doing, just bringing the leaders together. And I love you getting out there with your book. Congratulations on the award you just won also. So you're just making a huge splash globally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's lovely. I want to ask you right off the top, what is GVN TV? Because, I don't want you to go on and on about how great I am. I've already been telling them. So, so what is GVN TV?
It stands for Global Visibility Network. And GVN TV is designed to showcase experts like you and I who have a passion and a mission to make a difference. And they just haven't had the opportunity to be globally visible because nowadays everything is global. Video is global. If you're on web TV, and web TV means YouTube and everything else that's online, you have global visibility. And sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes not such a good thing because if we're not prepared to be seen, it could be a hindrance. Put it that way. So global visibility network that is just designed to give the expert next door a platform to be seen by the people they most want to serve. Really.
Awesome. Okay, so when I remember when the internet first came to my attention, I got all tingly and excited. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to change everything. This is going to make it possible for us to be global. I saw the impact immediately, but I was also unable to use it. What's your backstory here? Like, how did you end up setting this up so well and so quickly?
Well, actually, it hasn't been quickly. It just feels quickly to you. About 10 years ago, I had some clients who had amazing content and amazing knowledge, but they were not being seen. They were not on TV. And so, my husband being in television and my background being business growth and marketing, we figured if we set it up so we're interviewing my clients, then they would have a video of them being interviewed on TV, then they would get on other TV shows. So that's how we got started about 10 years ago. And as the internet evolved, the web TV came along, we've been moving along with the times. So for the past 2 years, really, we've been focusing on the web TV. And prior to that, he was training people to be interviewed and get out there and interview others. So it's been a process. It's been so much fun. It really has been.
Well, so were you intimidated by it? Was it like when you first decided to try, did you just jump in and go, oh, wow, and then as the problems came up, solve them, or were you intimidated and did it anyway?
Intimidated and did it anyway. Actually, in the beginning, I kept saying, "No, I need to be behind the camera. I just want to put other people, in front of the camera." And my clients started telling me, "You know what? You're pushing us to get in front of the camera. You need to do what you're telling us to do." So I said, "Yes, they're right." So I practiced what I'm preaching and got in front of the camera. And I have to say, in the beginning, it was a lot uncomfortable, but it's like anything else. When you do it once, then you do it twice. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And now I'm at a place where it's just a tool. Let's turn on the camera, and when we're on, let's share some information, or just even working with clients one on one. I use it for everything.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? Okay, so let's do what I said you can do. Let's give them some tangible tips about how to use video to get your face and your message out there.
Well, the first thing is, if you are marketing in any way, you can use video for it. So if you've been doing teleseminars, you've been doing webinars, all you have to do is add video to it. So the best way is just to figure out what information you want to get across to people and just do it on camera. I know it sounds like pretty simple, but it actually is. A lot of people, they seem to think, oh, I'm going to do videos and I have to go do something different. No, you don't. You need to take the information you'll be sharing with people, whether it's one-on-one or whether you're just, even information you're sharing in the marketing materials you have or in your emails or any way you're teaching people in any way, working with clients, with delivering any information, just add video to it. Your toolkit. If you look at it that way, then you'll be more willing to actually use video.
Okay, so there's a lot of different, all of a sudden, I remember when I took your course, there wasn't, but all of a sudden there's YouTube Live, there's Facebook Live, there's like, how do people choose which method to use?
Well, that's a tough one, and you would not believe what's even coming down the pipeline. It's not. There's so many. There are the streaming video apps, and there are all the plugins, and there's the video sharing sites. And you know what? This is just the tip of the iceberg. They're going to keep coming. So what I'm going to suggest, you do is basically focus on the big ones before you get lost in the minutia. Okay, Facebook Live is big. YouTube is big. So, start focusing on those. And of course, now, we have Twitter making available all different kinds of tools. I don't even want to start naming them because they keep switching the names and other things are coming up. But, so between the three big ones, and LinkedIn is also using some videos too. So just focus on the big ones. Now, the thing that I want everybody to really stay focused on, because it's so easy to get lost, is that technology changes every day. Okay, so if you just try to follow technology, you're going to get lost. And it's just because every one of them says, oh, I'm going to put you in front of millions of people. Maybe. Okay, but the thing to keep in mind is that if you just focus on your content and yourself, you're the one thing that's consistent. Who you are is going to be the same person across all platforms. So if you just show up really powerfully on Facebook, people are going to see you, they're going to invite you, they're going to listen to you, they're going to ask you to do interviews, they're going to ask you to share your information, and it just mushrooms on. So if you just focus on the big four, and then just focus on being yourself, being your authentic self, and just share from your heart. That's really, really huge. And share information that people can easily consume. Just focusing on what are some of the things they should know, that you're an expert in, and what are some of the mistakes they make, or what are some of the misconceptions that are out there about the kind of products and services you provide, or you're the expert in. If you focus on that, it's going to be a lot easier to manage all the technology that's coming your way.
Okay, but okay, so I think about it as an end user sometimes, right? And so for me, whenever I play a YouTube video, no problem. But when Facebook has a live feed or has the videos, I have a lot of trouble playing them. I don't hear that from everyone, but I know I do. They often stutter or stop, and I get impatient and turn them off. So have you any advice on that kind of thing?
Well, no, not really. That's something that's happening with Facebook. Maybe when that particular video is going live, a lot of people watching it at the same time. I
Um,
don't know. That's not something that I would want to get involved with. Facebook is too big for me to give them a device.
We're not going to complain about Facebook. We okay.
No, we're not. We're going to stick to what we know.
Okay. All right. So speaking of what we know, do you have any advice on things like cameras or recording equipment, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, the safe bet. I mean, there are several different kinds of webcams out there. To keep it safe, make sure you're getting Logitech. That's a safe bet. Logitech webcams are really good. Stay away from using the camera on your laptop for several reasons. One, because it's going to be using the your laptop, if you will. The it gets a little bit the quality of the video goes down, but if you have an external camera, it has its own system that it's using, so it's not tapping into the power of your laptop. It comes out better, and also there are some other cool things that happens. You can adjust the color, you can do green screen, all kinds of cool stuff. Like I'm sitting in front of a green screen right now, and
Really?
yeah, yeah. So the good thing about being able to do that is that you can actually take a picture of your office or your living room or your kitchen, wherever you want to be. And then all you have to do is put the picture behind you, and you don't have to worry about cleaning up every time you get on camera and lighting it up every time. Tip: a lot of people say, "Oh my God, I have to go clean my office, the books, the papers." I'm like, put the picture, it's good.
That's fantastic. Now, I had a problem with, I bought a green screen kit and I had a lot of trouble with it because it was wrinkled and I couldn't light it in a way that worked for me. Do you have any advice on green screens?
Um, well, okay, there are the ones that you're talking about. I bet it's the linen one that came with the light kit. They came black, white, and green. Okay. Yeah, linen has a problem with being wrinkled, and the thing about green screen, if you light it just right, the wrinkles go. They don't show. They don't show. As a matter of fact, you need to have a light. I'm going to point behind me, like above your head. eh, One on either side, lighting your background, so you're lit at the same time the screen is lit. A lot of people make a mistake of not lighting their green screen. That's when they have a lot of challenges with the color and things like that. um, Also, what works really well too, they have these pop-ups green screens that they're like about $60 online. Those work really well. They look much like those
Like
shade.
a blind that you pull up.
No, it's not even a blind. You know those pop-up things you have in your car that when you put it in your dashboard to keep your dashboard cool. Yeah, it folds just like that. I actually take it with me when I'm traveling to do interviews. It just pop up. It turns into about 12 inches or 24 inches when it's folded up. It's just a little carrying case, but you can open it up. Just it pops up and there are no wrinkles. That would be a really good one to go.
Wow, awesome. Well, see, I told you people she was going to give us tangible stuff, not just motivational stuff, although you have a great camel story. But I want to ask you the three questions. So I've had these three questions I've asked absolutely every leader so far, and you're not going to get away without getting asked. So here we go. What is your definition of leadership?
My definition of leadership, it's somebody who sets an example and is willing to take a risk and get out there to do what they're meant to do. I believe each one of us have several gifts that we're blessed with. And one of them is just something that can really change people's lives, and being willing to step up and take responsibility and share our gifts with people. That's a leader. It doesn't make a difference, how small the group is you're leading, or how is the global leader. As long as you're stepping up, that's what I think a leader is.
I love that. I agree. In fact, you can be leading somebody. I remember somebody asked me, I said, well, you know, if you're leading someone across the street, you're leading. It's about understanding that somebody is following you, so make sure that you lead them into a better place than where you took them from. Okay, what's your definition of success?
Oh, my definition of success is feeling fulfilled. And what that means is that if you're happy with your circumstances and you're grateful for what you have, and then strive to do better each day, whatever that comes along, to me, that's success. It's a combination of family, it's a combination of giving back, it's a combination of receiving as well. So it's a combination of a bunch of different things, and I think as long as you're content, you're successful.
I agree. I agree. All right. So when you take your definition of leadership and then your definition of success, and you're meeting somebody that's just trying to start out on the path of maybe becoming a host, let's say a host of a TV show, what would you give them as advice for the path they might want to take?
Hmm. Okay. First, if you're going to start on a new path, expect it to be bumpy. Okay. It's you're going to have things that don't go quite the way you expect them to. Then you're going to have some amazing surprises that are going to just, you know, you're going to be in so much joy. You can't even believe it's happening. But it's not going to be that easy. And you have choose something you're passionate about and be flexible. And as long as you have passion and you're sticking to it, don't give up when things aren't going your way. Just because it's not going your way doesn't mean it's not where you're supposed to be. It just means maybe you need to take a detour to get to where you want to go. Just stick to it, and expect to do your part. Things aren't going to just land on your lap all the time. And if you have the passion for it and you don't give up, you're going to get there.
And I love the concept of detours. I remember the first time I heard that going, I can get on board with that. I'm not stopped, I'm detoured. I love it. Okay, so let's tell some people about how to, check you out, how to possibly learn from you, whatever it is you want to share now.
Well, let's see. One of the things I absolutely love doing is working with people. Whether it's online or in person. Was we have intensives that we do where everybody comes in with their cameras and we have a blast working together. Right now, what I want people to do is just to get an idea of what it takes to actually get on camera, to get some really tips and that are really working for everybody. I actually have a free video online where this is the same. This video we actually offer to people who want to audition to be a guest expert on Access to Experts, and it's a really very content rich training. It's about half an hour training on. It covers how to set up your home studio. It covers how to put together sound bites and what a guest expert can expect and how to prepare for it. So it's really very content rich, and they can find it at accesstoexperts.tv/auditions. And it's just enjoy it, go for it. And on that same page, there's a link. If you feel compelled to send us a video to be interviewed on Access to Experts, just go ahead and fill out the form and we'll call you and we'll set up an interview.
That's great, and it's easy. And by the way, I love this name, Access to Experts. I love this.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, we work with the expert next door, and we're it. You and I are the expert next door, and they're just getting access to us. I think it's pretty cool. So thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I do. Thank you for being willing to share your brilliance, your tangible tips, and your motivational ideas. You want to tell the camel story? You want to make them come and meet you first?
Oh, the camel story is 20 minutes long.
Okay, I just whet their appetite. They're going to have to get to know you then, because it's a great one.
What I can tell you, just to get you a little bit excited about it, I had read all kinds of marketing books and audio guides, you name it, for many years, to grow my business. But a camel driver in Egypt taught me how to market in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, he taught me what took me years to try and learn. So if that's exciting to you, you never know when your teacher is going to appear. When a student is ready, the teacher appears. And mine happened to be a camel driver in Egypt.
And he was a little stinky, if I remember correctly, which matches my book because it's all about sensory system and how your sensory system affects your ability to learn. So I think you ought to check out Ann DeVere and her camel story. All right, Ann, thank you so much for being a part of the Virtual Leadership Summit, Seeking the Path. You've been very helpful and, as always, wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. It's just you're such a joy, and you just light up. You just light up everybody that comes in contact with you. So it would enjoy you. So thank you for doing what you're doing, and thanks for sharing your knowledge and your joy and being for who you are. It's amazing. Thank you.
All right. High five across the internet, and we'll
There
see
we
you
go.
all next time. Okay.